It's recording, but how do I...
Hello, everyone. So we are the co-hosts for Survivor Weekend, which hopefully you all know what it is since you're here. But like a very, very quick synopsis of what it is. It's basically one weekend that we do. No, we lost 2 viewers.
Focus on the viewer count, bro.
Okay.
Survivor Weekend.
Fun.
So Jackie,
Okay.
first question that I have for you is, so you did the first year without, or just by yourself.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration behind, wanting to plan and create Survivor Weekend?
Yeah.
Do you want to move your seat up higher? I feel like you're like really small.
So my inspiration for why I want to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just a huge Survivor fan in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to play myself for a while. But I think the concept is so interesting because you take these like people whose lives are like normal. Like you don't experience this in real life. Like you don't have this social dynamic of like, we're friends, but I want to vote you out, you know? Some DMs from our Instagram. One question, anonymously. Who was your favorite contestant in Survivor Weekend 2020?
2020?
2020.
Oh wait, I actually wrote this.
Let's get some unbiased opinions, Kirsten.
Amy, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amy played a really good game.
Amy played a really good game. Also because she's a woman. But
low-key vibe for women.
Yeah. Because she's like, okay, so for context, Amy is the girlfriend of one of our friends that came on the show or on our trip. And I think something that we always like to encourage is just like having people from different friend groups come that we don't necessarily like may not like know yet. But the whole idea is to get people that don't know each other so that they have to like get to know each other over the trip and they don't have like biased opinions or like about like who that person is before the trip. So we had like no idea who she was, and she was like very quiet at first, and honestly like I definitely like underestimated
for
her.
Sure 100%.
Yeah, right from the very beginning, like, oh, she's just like quiet, she probably doesn't like know really the game,
and
she's probably like not gonna whatever. But she like played such a strong like 70% game. And like she just like made it all the way to the final 3, and quite frankly like
she had a good speech.
She had a really fucking good speech. It blew my mind. So what's the perfect game? Like, what do you think the perfect game is?
And Survivor, if you're the leader, you're out early.
You're out.
So the best strategy is to not be the leader, to be, I think Harry's strategy with the 70%. Is to always 70%. Be close to the top, but not the top. So that's the ideal strategy. Yeah. But I think because her personality is not like that.
Yeah, we're very similar.
Yeah. Like, I think the important thing would be to find someone who's just a little bit louder than me.
Mm-hmm. To me? Nice.
And just get them so that we're really close. Yeah. So that they're always the bigger threat.
Yeah. And then when in doubt, just push them off the cliff first.
Yeah, exactly. How do you pick the teams? Great question, viewer.
If the viewer's here.
Yeah. So we're not going to reveal too much because it changes every year and we want to keep it a surprise for obvious reasons. But we can talk about what we've done in the past. Yeah. So in the past, what we've done is most of the time it's going to be random. I think that's the best way to kind of ensure that there's no bias going in. Everyone can meet new people. Mm-hmm. We've also done before where we change how we take in contestants every single year. So one year we took it in by pairs. This year, you'll find out in January. Stay tuned. Mm-hmm. But we had people join as pairs. And I think that people, when they join as pairs, you assume, like, I'm going to play with my pair. Like, it's going to be a fun experience for us. Mm-hmm. And day one, we were like, nope, split up. Yeah. So we had 2 teams, and basically, like, your pair was split up. I think that was, like, really good because it forced people to, like, like, everyone in that group, like, didn't know each other. Yeah. Because they're, like, best friend, their significant other, or whatever is in the other group. So that was a perfect way for people to kind of, like, bond and meet people.
And I think like especially with like the whole aspect of like bringing a partner, I was really surprised about how willing people were to throw their partner under the bus as well. Like, they were actually like overly eager to fuck this person over like later. I mean, I think like Joey and Eves were probably the best like pair in terms of like working together. In terms of like not betraying each other. But I feel like every other pair didn't really utilize that partnership as much to their advantage, and rather were hyper focused on getting that person out. Yeah. So would you say that probably the biggest advice for like when you have that final speech is play to who you're talking to, 100%. Or adjust your speech to who you're 100%. Talking to and play to their hearts.
Yeah, to their hearts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think like people underestimate the final speech. Yeah. Like I think people think that everyone knows what they did. Totally. And more cases than not, people don't know what you did. Because a lot of it is like secretive. And even if they know what you did, they forget. Because even though the experience is only like 3 days long, it's like a really long 3 days. Like it feels like a week, maybe even like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we barely get any sleep, and we do like 3 days worth of stuff in 1 day. So technically, it's like a week, right?
Yeah. Because I remember last year, like Alan was in the final 3, and I totally forgot that he was on that blue team. Yeah, and that he was the last one standing from the blue team. Yeah, basically since the merge forward. And he forgot it too because he didn't mention it in his final speech. And I was like, that's a good point to mention. Like, look, I'm the only one who survived in my tribe. Yeah. I think like the winner speeches from the past 2 years have been pretty like significantly different. Oh, so much so.
Sung was just very much like jokester, like haha, you know, honestly, you guys are all great. I had such a great time making like a couple of like self-deprecating jokes here and there, and I think people loved how like casual it was. And then he also like mentioned a lot of his achievements as well, like
underdog story.
Yeah, his whole underdog story, like in addition to that level of like casualness, and I think like that really like sold it. But I think Harry, on the other hand, had this really like emotional, like heart-wrenching like story, and like he was crying, and like we were tearing up, and like everyone was like, "Fuck." Yeah.
What's your advice for a person who's coming on for the first time?
Good luck.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. I think like something that we always recommend with every season is to watch at least one season. Yeah. I think we consistently make this more of a requirement.
Yeah, I think this year, give it. Well, I just feel like this year we have a lot more.
Joseph, what?
Well, I also will say if you watch Survivor, you have an advantage.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
One challenge is always going to be about Survivor trivia.
Yes.
It's going to come at some point. So if you don't know Survivor, there's one challenge for sure that you're not going to do well in. Yes.
One contestant from last year never watched Survivor. I don't even think he knew about the TV show before he came on the trip. And I don't think he understood the concept that there could be hidden immunity or fake hidden immunity.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
Hidden immunity idols. Like he didn't know that was a thing where like other contestants could create fake hidden immunity idols and like plant them in different places. So Joseph, who had no idea that you can create a fake one, saw it and he was like, oh my god, I found the fake hidden immunity idol. I am set for life. And I remember distinctly we were so excited to see him play it.
Yeah, but he didn't play it, right? Because someone, Alan, maybe Alan was who created it.
Yeah.
And I think Alan like told him last minute, he was like, don't do it, bro, it's fake. Yeah. the fake idol was literally this tiny origami frog that just had idol on it.
We're on the topic, now that we're on the topic of fake hidden immunity.
The year before
was extremely impressive because we had a lot of people that understood the concept of fake hidden immunity idols. So
we have so many fake idols.
Both teams played fake or created fake hidden immunity idols, but one team created like 2 very high quality ones, and then
they were like necklaces.
Yeah, they were really nice. They were like wrapped, and then they placed them in like this really nice hiding spot. And then the other team was like scraps of paper, like this is an immunity idol, and they just started like taping it everywhere.
Yeah, I remember Susie wrote in a granola bar.
Yeah,
she wrote, "This is an idol."
Yeah.
Next question: what weekend is it usually? Great question.
Typically, so last year we did it in August.
Typically September.
August, September. Yeah. Yes. Because I think like it's a pretty fucking hot, but like it's a pretty good time where people have like there's like holidays around that time and the weather's nice. And last year we did it in California, so it was just like a really good time to do it in California. So it was like, and I think that brings me to a question that actually one of my friends asked me in terms of like, historically, how much has Survivor Weekend cost?
Yeah, in terms of people payment or our money?
No. How much does it cost to participate? Usually?
So just to give a little bit more transparency, like we don't make any money from this.
No, we just
try not to lose money. Yeah. And so we basically, the way we do it is we have this huge Excel where we budget everything. We have the Airbnb and then all the supplies, food, the drinks. FYI, it's 21 plus. There's going to be alcohol there if you didn't know. So after we do all these calculations, that's how we determine what the price is going to be. We want people to pay ahead of time because we put a lot of work behind the scenes, and it's like really, really stressful if people back out last minute since all that money is just our wallets. And so people back out, then it's like, we're just eating those costs.
I think like for anyone that hasn't watched Survivor, you know, typically when it comes to Survivor challenges, there's a good combination of like a physical element as well as like a mental element. And especially when it comes to like when you're working together as a tribe, it's like very much from a strategic standpoint, like to get a sense of like understanding like what are the strengths of different people, like who are more fitted for like the physical parts of the challenge versus like whose strengths lie more in like the puzzles or like mental parts of the challenges.
Yeah.
And so do you think that for Survivor Weekend it is necessary to train or be physically like fit?
I mean, I think training in the sense of like watching Survivor.
Mental training.
Mental training.
Get that big brain going. Yeah, Jack, can you maybe like talk a little bit about the benefits of not only participating in Survivor Weekend, but also afterwards as an alumni?
Yeah, we have a Facebook group. We have an alumni Facebook. It's very exclusive, invite only. We try to plan reunions, just people talk to each other, and we actually have our first reunion coming up in January. Utah!
Ski trip!
Yeah, so that'll be fun because we have alumni from season 1, 2, and 3.
All the years.
And they don't like, some of them don't know each other.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
And I think like overall, there's just such an incredible amount of bonding and companionship because you go through honestly quite a lot. It's like a very like intense 3 to 4 days of your life. It's very much like hazing. And a lot of people come in not knowing what to expect. Not knowing what to expect, but also not knowing anyone.
Yeah.
And they come out of it like lifelong friends.
Yeah.
Like we have people, for instance, that all live like in San Francisco and they regularly hang out and get dinners together. And it's just like such a rewarding, I think, experience for us to see that.
Yeah.
Just like the level of like friendship.
Yeah.
What was your most favorite memory in this previous year?
The first one that comes to mind, which is one of my favorite memories, is we had this challenge that was like a one-on-one eating challenge.
Oh my god.
And we basically pick out names from a hat and they pick an item to eat. And Steph was against, I already forgot who she was against.
Andrew.
Andrew?
It was Andrew.
And her item was a cucumber, like a whole cucumber. And we're like, ready, set, go. And she just her hands and she just smushes the cucumber and just pounds it on the table and then shovels it and then just like swallows it.
And then Andrew's just like, munch. He's like,
That was like the most impressive cucumber eating I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah. Steph is also one of my favorites from that year, 100%.
Yeah. She almost made it back in that redemption.
Yeah, she literally would have won the whole thing if she got through.
I mean, one of the most iconic moments was when Joey and Sung had the battle. So basically it was Final Four. It was Joey, Sung, Amy, and Eves. And it was a tie. And like at 4, when you have a deadlock tie, you have to do a challenge. So we like had them do the challenge where you have blocks and you have to like knock them down and you have to space them far enough apart and close enough apart so that it hits each other, but you only have a limited amount of blocks, so you can't put them too close to each other that they're like right next to each other. And it was so close. They were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we got to the point that it was going for so long, we were like, should we make the easier? I mean, we tested it out beforehand, so we knew it was doable, but they were not getting it. And it was so intense. The room was literally quiet, and everyone was just standing there watching, because this was like the last challenge before final. Yeah. And then we were like, okay, and in 1 minute, we're going to change it. And Sung was like, no, I got it. And everyone was like,
and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, it was crazy. Everyone was like screaming and like, yeah, it was amazing.
I just also love the dynamic of like how we give time before voting. And people are just like running in and out of doors. They're just like...
Does someone pay you?
Oh, no.
Are they paying?
I loved how like people were just like running in and out doors, like grabbing people, like, okay, we need to talk. Wait, you need to talk. And like, wait, 5 more minutes. Oh, let me grab this person really quick. It's just like a mad scramble of like people like talking to one another and trying to convince them as to what direction to go in. And I think it's like, that's just like probably the most satisfying experience for me as someone that like is hosting it. Cause you can see like the game and like people switch sides like so distinctly. And they switch sides like 40 times in 5 minutes. What do you think was the smartest Smartest outplay.
Oh, I know. 2020, when Eves and Joey voted out Angela.
Oh, that was a good one.
Rephrased, blindsided Angela.
That was a really good one.
Yeah, so 2020, we had a player, her name was Angela, who was a really great player. She was very athletic and even more so, very, very sociable. So everyone liked her. And everyone wanted her to win, and she was playing really, really well. She was on the winning tribe for a while, and we had a tribe switch, and the new tribe she was on was also winning, so she was in a really good position, and she had a tight alliance with two people who came together, so Joey and Eves, who were also best friends, so they weren't going to betray each other, so they were in a really, really good spot. And then Amy is part of their alliance too. So it was a very strong four. But because everyone liked Angela, I know 100% if she was in the final, she would have won.
100%. She's so likable.
Yeah. So, it was actually kind of sad when they did it to her. I think she kind of knew it.
I know.
And then she was like, please don't do that. What does a typical day look like for a specific...
Oh, good question, Elliot.
So it definitely depends. So if you're on a tribe that keeps winning, your day is really chill. I remember Rick and Sung, their tribe kept winning. Yeah. And they would just go to the confessional booth and just eat food and talk shit.
I agree. The experience of someone that has won a challenge versus someone that has lost a challenge is definitely really different. But I would say you wake up at a reasonable hour, 9 to 9:30. The first challenge, we have about, how many challenges would you say we have on average per day? That's also a tough question to answer.
Probably 8.
Yeah, so there's probably about 8 challenges per day. So it's definitely really action-packed. In addition to the challenges, we also have tribal councils as well. Last year, we also had Exile Island, or we had redemption challenges. So there's also those challenges in itself. So there might be 2 things going on simultaneously. We also have to set up each of the challenges directly after cleaning up the previous one. So, for us, there's a lot of
we don't stop moving.
Yeah, we don't stop moving. There's a lot of hectic energy, but for the participants themselves, it's, if you lost a challenge, you have to strategize and talk with the people on your team as to who you think you want to vote off. Typically we give you 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes after the challenge to talk and converse, and then we'll have tribal council after that. And then during that time, the winning tribe is just chilling and
the first day, I think you'll have a little bit more time because we typically have longer rewards. Because this is very early on and you're getting to know people and trying to build up this relationship that you don't have yet. So last year we did kayaking, which was an hour and a half.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the reward.
Yeah, that was really cute. The winning tribe and also the people who got eliminated with them go together. They went kayaking and they saw sea otters.
Oh my god!
And it was so cute because we had a couple of doubles and a couple of triple kayaks. Mm-hmm. So it was I think they were strategic sometimes in who they sat with. Yeah. Because whoever's in your kayak, you end up strategizing with them while you're on the river.
Yeah.
So yes, that was one of the reward challenges. What are the other rewards we've had?
We gave them a stipend to go to the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. That was really nice.
We got Dippin' Dots and food.
Yeah, that was also strategic too. Okay.
Another question. On the topic of food access being gated by challenge outcomes, is outside food considered contraband?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You are not allowed to bring food.
Yeah.
If we
find your food, we're gonna eat it.
It will.
It's our food now.
It will be confiscated and eaten.
But I will say, if you have dietary restrictions and you're nervous about this or you feel uncomfortable, we are reasonable. We'll let you bring your food. So don't worry about that. It's more so to try to keep an even playing field for everyone. And I think from our perspective, it's fun, right? We're not gonna starve you for the most part.
It's a heavily debatable point.
But it's an experience to kind of, not eat what you normally eat and kind of go with the flow. I think that kind of bonds you better with your tribes as well. I remember 2020, we only gave them bread and Matt ate so much bread. I thought that was so funny. I think we gave him the whole loaf. Yeah. It was Matt. It makes you fight harder for the good stuff.
Yeah.
And we've had some good stuff.
We usually do a barbecue.
Costco salmon.
Which
Kirsten loves.
And you guys love giving me shit for that. Oh, we should talk about what happens if you get voted out.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
So something that we've actively tried to do is have, as Jackie had mentioned, the first like day or so be very much catered towards like getting to know people or having like specifically reward challenges. So unsure if that's going to happen this year, but we definitely want people to at least experience like a good portion of the actual Survivor Weekend experience before we have something like Tribal Council where someone will get voted out.
Better at doing is making them, people who are eliminated, still feel part of the weekend.
Yes.
So one thing that we always ask, because we always need more help, is when you get eliminated to help us set up our challenges.
Little mini jabs, that's what we call them.
So that's something that, like, if you're eliminated and you are willing, like we would appreciate it so much if you helped us. But also we let you kind of go be part of rewards and still talk to people and hang out with people. We just try to keep it separate from the game, right?
Yeah.
So people are still very much like trying to build alliances. So we do need a little bit of separation there. But I think also as the game goes further and further, it's so interesting the dynamic that switches.
It switches.
Yeah, we're basically like in the very beginning, it's like you don't want to be eliminated because like you want to be like making strategies and being part of everything.
Yeah.
But then later in the game, where almost everyone is eliminated, we have to like keep them far away. Because I remember like Survivor Weekend 2020, everyone who got eliminated was like playing beer pong.
Yeah.
And they were like screaming. Like, ah!
Yeah, I remember like it was like during a tribal council, and it was like a very like intense, like somber experience where people were very like. It was very intense. We had the music in the background. It was like dun. All of a sudden we hear them playing like Rage Cage upstairs, like wow, yeah! And then we're just like all staring up, and I look at the people that are still in Survivor, and they look so miserable. Yeah. I want this to end yesterday so I can join them and we can all just start drinking together.
Yeah. When you come, the idea is to come for the whole weekend experience.
The whole weekend experience.
And even if you're eliminated, like there are still fun things for you to do.
Yes.
Like we always send off all the people who are eliminated together. Like last year, they all went to brunch together.
Yes.
That was really cute.
Yes.
They all went to hang out together.
Yeah.
And then also one component that we try to have is some like Redemption Island, Exile Island. So through that, there's always an opportunity to come back into the game and also play in more challenges. So even if you're eliminated, you're not like out completely forever. There's still opportunities to get back in the game. So it's still important, you know, build connections with whoever's on Redemption Island with you and just like meet other people still anyways. So, okay, we actually have a special guest.
We have a special guest with us, actually. Presenting... Yeah, come sit. We'll do a little Q&A with you.
I'm watching football though.
You're so like short looking in the camera.
Yeah, you're really small.
Like a little midget.
I'm not really short. This is just the angles, guys.
Yeah.
I was probably the best contestant.
Best contestant. Okay. So coming into Survivor Weekend, what was your strategy?
Yeah. We had Angela. We told her. She was gonna be final 3, but she got a little too strong, so we had to take her out.
We will ask her.
Yeah. Plus, I think the beginning is as long as you don't have your name out there. That's what the main thing. Just
how do you know when you can trust someone? Like, is there an indication for you when you talk to someone like a new potential ally?
I don't know. You kind of feel in your gut. You gotta trust your gut, I guess.
So if you didn't know Jackie and you met her at Survivor Weekend, would you trust her?
No.
So looking back, is there anything you would have done different? Like what is one thing? If you could change one thing, what would it be?
One thing I had done differently is I would have told Eves before the last the Final Four that event.
Yeah.
We should work together. We didn't talk about it. We're so stupid. And then literally right when we were about to start, I was like, "Yo, why don't we work together?"
Yeah.
And it's like,
I think you guys' main issue was basically the last challenge. They had to run to different locations and count items. You guys messed up because you counted one of the items wrong.
Anyways, first of all, don't say you guys. He messed up and he counted the wrong item.
Because the word was player, and then Eves was like plate.
But also, I think like if we had the mindset, I think we would also feel more confident. Just learning two things.
Spending more time.
Yeah, don't have to worry about a thing. But I don't know why we didn't think about that.
Yeah,
that was kind of stupid of us. Yeah.
I mean, Amy won that challenge, and that was like that was
also,
the moment for her to win.
Yeah, also a really great moment.
That's the one thing I regret. But it's hard. It's like it's a lot of luck too. Like you kind of, or you can just do chaos stuff. Like I did a chaos move with Ben. Because I thought I was out. Because I remember the morning after I was mad paranoid. And I come the morning after I see them walk out to like the track. Susie and Austin. I was like, yo,
I wasn't invited.
I said it's me. I'm next. So we lost the challenge, and I think I started threatening people with the idol. I was like, because I found him in the idol. So I was just like, and I told Ben that his name was on there, so I should try to get Ben on my side. And then somehow, what's his name got Ata got voted out.
So explain the idol thing, because I remember you convinced him you had an idol.
Oh yeah.
You convinced him you didn't have the idol.
Ben was kind of funny. He goes. Can I see it? I was like, no, but I got it. But I did have it, but I never showed it. But and then Ben told me he thought I was just lying. I didn't have it. So
then you let him believe that you
so it worked out, but I actually had it.
Want to talk about how you found the idol?
Oh yeah, we're so lucky. So literally, like we had that little the introduction where you guys are like.
We went for a tour, and there was the back of the group.
Yeah, so everybody went out downstairs, and it was just me, Yves, and Angel was like lurking. I don't know what she was doing. She was like looking at us. She's kind of smart, yo. She was very smart. She was just like hanging back. I was like, why is she not going? So me and Yves literally, he lifted his couch, I lifted my couch, and it was just right there. And I was just like, I just grabbed it and put it in. That's why Angel saw me, and then I was like, alright, so that's solidified.
That's my theory.
But also if you show somebody your idol, you kind of give them confidence that you can trust each other.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I remember last year when Alan, they did the block thing, but he did it on the wrong direction. The wrong direction.
And it went all the way around. Yeah, that was really sad. I felt bad.
I have a video of that, and I just you can see
his
the
sadness.
utter look of absolute despair on his face. Yeah, that was.
You know all too well.
You know too well about that challenge, don't you?
But I didn't participate in the challenge.
Well, you did.
That's the one you got eliminated.
You're talking about the dominoes?
Domino thing.
Yeah, I hate that challenge. Stupid challenge. I think we should actually do a fire making challenge. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be really cool.
That is not. I'm not down.
Yeah.
You should tell them, hey.
2022, everyone get your flint ready.
Yeah.
Football.
You're relieved of your boyfriend duties. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's give it up for Jay. Woo!
I wonder if anyone stayed on the entire time. If you
know.
have, and you're so bold to tell us, you are immediately casted for Survivor Weekend 2022.
All 1 hour and 25 minutes.
For all of you that are watching, a very sneak preview. Survivor Weekend 2022 is hosted in...
Yeah, thanks for joining, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Love you.
Bye.